back on. I'm back on the main drove now, and then you've got these great big trees that lead into Greatwood. That's all a very nice walk in there. I'm keeping that for another time. There's so much to explore and do, but I want to do the rugged stuff over the last couple of years, you know. But I will have a go in there. There's lots of walks in there, but it's more landscaped. But I was just saying, just met two lovely people about my age, sat on a log having a little break and a cup of tea, and we were chatting for a while about how great it was and talking about our different walks. And they were saying, oh, you're going to be tired, you're going to sleep well tonight. I told them about the walk I'd just done, and they had done it. They were aware of the strenuous climbs and that. So that was nice. That was a nice little chat to each other when you meet people out. Everyone's just enjoying the lovely weather. You know, it's so refreshing and lifts your spirits if you are low or anything, you know. And I've said it from the beginning, and more people are saying it, how walking is such a healer. I've been saying it for years, by the way. And it's a healer. So, you know, if anything is worrying you, bothering you, it just helps you deal with it somehow when you're walking. I mean, I do a lot of reflection. I walk on my own for lots of reasons. And I always feel better. And the more I can get out, the better I get. And if there is issues, I get over them. Or if I don't have to get over them, I deal with them better. Sometimes not getting over them, it's handling the situation sometimes differently, whatever it might be. And, you know, it gives you courage, strength, different insight. You get a different perspective on a problem to deal with it better, rather than just sitting in the box, as I call it. I do like my den. Sometimes it's a box, sometimes it's my den. It's a den and a box in the winter. It's a bit like going into family tree hibernation, I call it, in the winter. And I am so grateful for my hobby, which is family tree, because that as well, it takes your mind off other things that can make you overthink. Because that's one of my issues. I overthink sometimes, and I get myself tangled up when I don't need to. So, with all sorts of things, being a mum, you know, fortunately I'm not a wife anymore. Don't have to worry about that. No, I'm not in any relationship as such. They're too dodgy for me, I think. They either don't work because I'm not interested or the other person ain't, or it just dwindles out, or I don't know. I did used to have a lot more, not a lot, friends when I was a student and things like that. But I'm alright. Dealing with everything. We're still not living in the tent in the wood yet. We've got food on the table, got somewhere to sleep, we've got television, we got the computer, we got the mobile, and we got this place. So, where are you going? Someone said. I'm heading back to Triscombe. I just did a slight diversion then. Instead of going up back by the trig point, I thought I'd come back here. This is very nice and pleasant. And yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do after I've had a cup of tea and cake. I do need something to eat now, though. You know, I do need that. And normally I eat on the move, but seeing as I'm going back to the halfway point, I thought I just as well God, it's longer than I thought this way, you know. Is it? Yeah. I'm not even quite sure if I'm going the right way. Don't you know? I mean, I could go off at a tangent. Could be that I don't have to go all that way. Let's go up here and have a look a minute. Let's just go up and get my bearings. Wait a minute. Oh, because it could be that track would take me away from my destination. Just having a look. I'm not quite sure. That's the trig point up there, isn't it? So we can't be far away, can we? Oh, let's keep going along. I don't know, I can't remember, see? Can't remember. I've got to keep carrying on up here. Right, turn off.
It's totally possible and it's there for you. And like I said, an idle mind and boredom for a teenager can be a dangerous combination. And youth clubs eradicate that and end up giving people a dream and a future.
Does the school that you went to today, does it have as much musical instruments and its ability to provide music as it did when you were there?
I think what they have is teachers that are very passionate and very loyal and very caring. But by way of the actual resources, it's very, very thin. It's a make-do thing. You know, one of my teachers just made the joke to me, like, all they need is gaffer tape and they'll make it work.
As far as the youth club is concerned, is it just about creating a space because then the community will make it happen?
I think so. I think there's enough people willing and enough people with the heart to help young people, enough people that understand its importance, that if the space is created and a little bit of funding, suddenly you've got somewhere that can be of such deep importance.
I mean, you're talking about, what, 10 years ago? When, I mean, social media was a thing then, it's more now. Do you see that in, you know, when you're looking at youngsters today, is that idea that they're spending more time online than they are face to face with friends?
Yeah, for sure, that's the reality of it. But at the same time, I feel like those moments online are a side effect of having nothing else to do. But even working at a youth club right now, I know if there's a football match going on and they've got a ball and 2 goalposts, none of them are on their phones. There's nothing inherently wrong with social media, but there's so much great things that can come away from your phone, you know?
Femi Colioso of the Ezra Collective. Now, as I mentioned, we are interested in the role of youth clubs, particularly what's required to set them up, how easy that is. It's a subject we're going to return to, so if you have any experience of your own with youth clubs, do email us, let us know about it. world@1@bbc.co.uk. Just before we go, we're going to have a quick upsum on our top story. The decision by America to pause aid to Ukraine. We're joined by our Russia editor, Steve Rosenberg, our international editor, Jeremy Byrne. And Jeremy, we were hearing from Greg Swenson, a Republican in the UK, that really describing President Trump as an honest broker. What's your understanding of what he's trying to do with this?
He's far from being a particularly honest broker, because in all his public outpourings, he's very much sided with Russia. He's taken up their talking points, and what's happening, what's unfolding in front of us, is really the worst internal crisis within the Atlantic Alliance since World War II, which clearly has grave implications for European security. Putin would have loved to have split the Western camp. Well, that's now happened. The US is on the other side of the argument to its European allies, and Trump's messaging since the Lancaster House summit over the weekend, it seems to absolutely contradict the conclusions that they came to about trying to help Ukraine while going towards a fair deal of some sort.
Okay, so there couldn't be a bigger play here. That idea that actually, if you want to get President Putin to the table, and you know, President Trump can decide later that he doesn't trust him.
Well, maybe he. Trump apologists say that. I'm sorry, a bit speechless. Trump apologists say that he operates by scaring people into being reasonable.
Okay.
But the thing is, Putin, reasonable, I'm not sure on this subject.
Right, we're all scratching our heads to try to understand what's going on and whether there could be some bigger thought. Steve Rosenberg, General Sheriff told us earlier that basically the Russian military is on its last legs, and if the European Union and others, and he kept mentioning Canada, could help it get through the year, then there'd be a very different situation.
Well, I mean, obviously, this was planned as a special military operation that would last a few weeks, right, maximum, and it went badly wrong for that. It went 2 or 3 years and counting. But the Russians seem confident that they've got the resources, they've got the men, they can go on. They're feeling very confident now, especially with Donald Trump in the White House, because everything he said, everything he's done, basically since coming into office, has gone down extremely well in Moscow. Just judging from the Kremlin's reaction today, I mean, Dmitry